What's up, faithful? Welcome to the East Coast Red and Gold podcast. I'm Niners Jess, along with Ty Alston, Maddie B, who's inactive tonight, and Niner Lady Dina. It is Wednesday, April 1st, April Fool's Day. What's up, guys?
What's up? Ready to act the fool? No, let me stop.
I know Dina fell for an April Fool's joke today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They got her.
Trent Williams going to Dallas. That's awful.
I know. I mean, I screamed when I heard it. I was in my office and it came up on my feed from my 49er club, and I was like, ah! Oh hell no. Ah.
They wish.
Yeah, then he's like, April Fool. And I'm like, oh,
if that actually happened, that would be like the worst trade since Charles Haley.
Yep. It'd be a like history repeating itself.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Before we get started, we are brought to you by Faithful Gear. Get your customized Niners gear made for the faithful by the faithful at faithfulgear209.com. All right. So OTAs, organized team activities, start April 20th. So we are 19 days away.
Yep.
Yes, that was.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
What's up, Rob? Bang, bang, East Coast Niner gang. That's right.
Hey.
All right. So we found out the other day that the Australia game is Thursday, September 10th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. The Niners are actually going a week ahead of the game. Mm-hmm. Kyle Shanahan was asked at the owners meeting if he expected the 49ers to play 2 international games. And he said, no, the NFL, tell you, and you deal with it.
Yep.
Wow.
So he's actually not a fan of going to Australia. I would imagine that. Exactly. I would imagine that the team is not a fan. I know. Right. I don't believe George Kittle's a fan. No. Although who knows if he'll actually be making the trip.
Yeah.
Hey, Dawn.
What's up, Dawn? Hey, Sin.
What's up, Dawn? Sin, Ron, Rob.
Hey, Sin.
What up, guys?
Yeah, we touched on it briefly. It's just a terrible scenario, and the simple fact that that they're actually playing a game like on Friday and then have to travel back. Like they gave them the shortest time possible. Well, for an international game, right?
Yeah.
It's like you would think they would schedule that on a Wednesday, at least give you an extra day to fly back, because it's all about getting your body reacclimated to your climate. Because if you've ever traveled international, you come back that next day, you're like washed. That's a wash day.
Yeah.
And it could really be the next 2-3 days, depending on how jet lag affects you.
Right.
So they're immediately being put behind the 8 ball in terms of rest, right? Where the rest of the league is just entering week 1 fresh. Yay.
Right.
So it's once again the NFL just not caring, not thinking about rest. We saw last year how they shorted the 49ers on rest. Here they are again. So it just happens every year, and they're finding new creative ways to do it.
Yeah, I didn't appreciate that. I'm still trying to figure it out. Get there Thursday. You play Friday or no? You play the time change thing can really affect people, and then you're on a tube. No, it can affect your body, and they're not giving enough lag time. Like you said, Ty, it takes 2 or 3 days to really get your body back acclimated again. Then you got to adjust to their temperatures, and it's not good, And if this is what they want to do, I did read something about they want to promote more European games and more games across the world. I'm like, seriously? You know what that does physiologically?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, the Australian game is going to be played Friday, their time at 10:30 a.m.
Right.
And then Thursday it'll be 8:30 our time and then 5:30 Pacific.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's too far for me. I know a lot of people are going. I mean, just being on the East Coast, and let's say you have San Francisco as a layover, that's like 5.5 hours to San Francisco, and then you have another 17 hours to get to Melbourne.
No,
Right.
like I said,
Yeah.
So I gave it like a
long in
quick
a tube over the air, over water. No.
Yeah, so I gave it like a quick thought, and then
Yeah.
my mom and I were like, no.
Same here.
That
Same
was
in
like-
this household. Yeah.
Because it's like, and my mom's like, we have a hard enough time like trying to make it like 5.5 hours to San Francisco.
Just to San Francisco. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was quickly put down for sure. All right.
Yeah.
So a lot of the quotes tonight that I'm going to quote from John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan, Jed York, they're courtesy of David Lombardi and Nick Wagner on Twitter. They were pumping out a lot of the stuff. I mean, there were no videos allowed for John Lynch. Kyle Shanahan was at the breakfast, and then Jed York was later on that morning. John Lynch did start with the left guard competition.
Mm-hmm.
He did say that they are not done there yet. Even though they added Robert Jones. Ty, what do you think of this?
I think they want to truly have an open competition just because, part of the challenge problem, however you want to put it, with the run game last year came with the basically revolving door at left guard due to injuries and such. It never got solidified until the last 6 or 7 weeks of the season.
Right.
When Ben Barch got injured and Spencer Burford took over full time at the position.
Who are now Lions and Raiders, respectively.
Exactly. So I believe they've learned from their mistakes there, which not really their mistake. You can't account for injuries, but they want to solidify that thing and get someone in there who's going to be there from week 1 to week 18 and beyond. Right. So best thing to do, have an open competition, see what's out there. There's allegedly some good guards in the draft that they can possibly pick up. Let's bring some guys in. They love people on rookie contracts, even though offensive rookies don't play, but that's a different story. Right? Let's have a real competition.
We always tend to hit on that every show.
Yeah. Every show. So they want to have a real competition there, see how it goes, and, hopefully solidify that thing for the season. So,
right.
Even though they brought in Jones, who's familiar with the system and such,
right?
You always want to get better there, especially when it's open. So let's see what you can do. And it's the smart thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, Matt Mayoko, friend of the show, had tweeted out that they would probably pick an offensive lineman in the 4th round. Pretty much just a one-liner. No, nothing after that. Just, just a thought. Mm-hmm. They also have Brett Toth, or Toth, whose center is the best position for him, but I think he'll also be in the mix for left guard. Dina, what are your thoughts? As she's frozen in the pondering phase.
No, I'm right here. Okay. I think, I don't know. Am I? Who knows?
Yep,
anyway,
you're good.
No, I agree. I think even though you took someone for that position, at the whole scope of what's out there, see what's out there, hey, you might find 2 or 3 guys help you out, and you might not. But don't limit yourself to just that one person that that can play that position. Look elsewhere. Look all over, wherever you can, because that's what's going to keep us stronger. And you also want to look for versatility, not just in that God knows we need someone in that position, but You want to have someone who's very versatile. Keep your options open, keep it moving, and don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself to just one person.
Sticking with the offensive line, there is one position that we have not planned for ahead of time, and that's left tackle. John Lynch said that with Trent Williams, and quotes, we're on the precipice of something good. Thoughts on that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can tell they're working on the contract. That's why they didn't pay out the bonus, right? They want to include that in whatever type of deal they come up with. Include that money in there. So they're working on it, and this is not their first rodeo with Trent. It's unfortunately,
I wish it were.
I wish it were, but it's not their first rodeo with him. They know how these things go, so they're getting those ducks in the row. So they'll work out something with him. But someone just put up they aren't taking a lineman with pick 27. You never know. This might be where they say, hey, this is the third, fourth time we're going through this with Trent. Age is a thing. He might have 1 foot out the door already. Like, we got to start planning ahead. So let's maybe draft a tackle. You never know. You never know what they're going to do. They always do something other than what everybody thinks they're going to do anyway. So you never know.
Yeah.
But this could be the year. You just never know. But Trent they will get a deal worked out. They're working on it. And it always comes down to, some garbage. Oh, I want an extra $1 million. Do you really need an extra $1 million? Yeah.
Yes, to fuel that private plane, I mean,
exactly. Yeah, gas prices going up,
Yeah, really.
That fuel ain't cheap.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I almost kind of feel like they trade out of the first round this year.
You think? Really?
Yeah. I mean, and if they don't, I think they still go defensive line. Anybody could be wrong. We don't know what they're going to do, obviously. But I don't see them going offensive line at 27. John Lynch spoke at the combine and was pretty much like, we need help along the defensive line. So I pretty much think that that's how they're going to go. But Dina, what are your thoughts?
Says that though.
That's true.
That's very true.
That's his thing. Yeah.
I was just thinking as you were saying that, are they going to be aggressive enough to do that? Are they going to be aggressive enough to look at an offensive lineman? Are they going to be aggressive enough to even think about defense? We don't know. But I'm just wondering, as you were talking, I was thinking about that because the last draft to me was not all that aggressive.
In terms of what?
I mean, they saw what they...
But it worked.
But everyone that I had talked to was like, oh, we need to go after defense. We need to go after defense. And my thing was, no, we need to look at the offense. Let's try offensive line first. And they're like, no. But it all depends. I'm just wondering how aggressive they're going to be with this draft. I don't know. We can't think like John Lynch. Thank goodness.
And we don't know what their draft board is.
Yeah.
And we don't know how the draft is going to fall.
Exactly.
Right.
So
like from what I've seen, there's like 3 good tackles that could go in the first round. They could all be gone before pick 27.
Right.
Yeah.
So then you're like, okay, there's a really good edge rusher there. Oh, that's that freak tight end there. There's this person there. What do you do? Right. And it all depends on the 49ers draft board and what they have set up. So That's the thing about the draft. You just never know.
Mm-mm.
You never
No,
know.
it's a crapshoot for sure. And
Big time.
and John Lynch like also had said last year that, a couple of the offensive linemen that they, thought of were already taken before it got to them.
Right.
Sin says, aren't they going O-line in the 4th round? That's what Matt Mayoko says.
That's what he thinks, but
Yeah,
even
that's
Matt
what he
doesn't
thinks.
know.
Who knows? Rob says we're getting a special teams holder in round 1.
That's right. Special teams, the best teams, baby.
What up, Steve-O? He says it all depends on the picks before.
Yeah,
True.
it all depends how things line up.
That's very true. All right. So the topic that people just want to move past, not discuss anymore, is the substation. The Niners hired an independent scientist and they came up with a big nothing burger. Dina, what are your thoughts on that? Is it still a concern?
I don't know.
Put it to bed?
Yeah, I mean, if they found nothing, then it is nothing. But I say there might be something. I don't know. I think it is a burger without lettuce and tomato.
57 and French fried
Tra-
potatoes. Jimmy Buffett.
Cheeseburger in paradise.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right.
Having a cheeseburger in Levi's be paradise. No, I think if they went that far and had someone analyze everything and look at it, it's a done deal. How about we work on nutrition and work on, toning and things of that nature, and how to fall without breaking or stretching, pulling a muscle, things of that nature. If it's nothing there, it's nothing there. It's like, do you believe in the theory? Who knows? Yeah, it's a done deal. I mean, if they went that far and found someone who did a study on it and they said there's nothing there, there's nothing there. So let's move on and start toning and eating all. See what happens.
The story came about all because of someone wanted to blame injuries on something and decided to go with the substation.
Yeah. If you remember correctly, it was when George Kittle got injured.
Yeah.
And they pointed to the substation and they tried to connect Kittle's Achilles thing with Dre Greenlaw's Achilles thing, which happened 2 years prior.
In Vegas.
So that was a leap all in itself.
Yeah.
Right? It was like, oh, substation, look, it's tearing Achilles, when they had nothing to do with each other. So that in itself was like BS, right?
And Achilles from 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Dina, like you talked about nutrition and toning and all that stuff. The report cards came out, and I believe the Niners training staff got like a C or C minus or something like that. So what the 49ers are doing, the players wanted more one-on-one attention. So the team is spending $9 million to improve the rehab and recovery facilities, particularly the hydro areas.
Okay.
I think they're putting in a pool. They initially had a pool, they took it out. Now I think they're putting it back in.
Yeah.
Hot tubs, cold tubs, more of those. No change to the training staff. I don't know how Maddie feels about that. But they are adding 3 new members concentrating on physical therapy.
Yeah.
Ty, your thoughts?
Yeah, it's good for the team, good for players. It shows you that they care and they listened, right? That was the number one thing. They saw the report card come out. They knew they needed to improve, listen to what the players had to say, and are implementing the changes. I mean, what more can you ask for, right? The training staff, people are going to point blame. Is it the substation, the training staff? Is it the milk? Forget all that.
Mm-hmm.
The
Right?
California sun.
Exactly. Like they are doing things to help the players get rest, get recovery, recover on these, get healthy on these short ass weeks that the NFL have them playing on. It's all good. It's all good. And you got to be happy that they're doing that. Like they could have sold a report card and been like, hey, get over it. But they didn't.
Right.
They're investing. And, you heard George Kittle in recruiting Mike Evans talk about all the things that the team does for the players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. They do care and they're not resting on their laurels. So it's definitely positive signs.
I mean, the Niners could have gotten offended, by that grade and been like, well, you know what? Like our stuff is good. I don't know what they're talking about, but they didn't.
Right.
They want to make a change and they want to make a change for their players and make a change for the better. Dina, your thoughts?
Yeah. Yeah. They're actively listening. They're actively listening. It's one thing to hear it, but it's another thing to actively, like we learn in chaplaincy, you must actively listen to the person. And you must zone out your thoughts and actively listen to what is going on around you and what is being said. And I think they took that chance and did it instead of saying, oh, yeah. Because for us, to have the kind of organization that the 49ers are, and then it come with a C-, a C, and a C-. That's not good. That's not good at all for, the caliber of the organization. So, yeah, they're actively listening now and hearing and taking note. Okay, what can we do to be better? What can we do to improve this? How can we step up the grade? C- and move it up. What do we have to do? Who do we have to talk to? Who do we have to listen to? And taking the steps, like you were saying, taking those extra steps of putting in the pools and the hot water and the cold, although you would really have to kill me if you're going to put me in a cold bath with ice. You might as well slit my throat now because I'm not getting in. That's actively listening to make those kind of moves and to actually do it. So I'm going to see what happens and see if the powers that be moved us up a grade, because that's pretty dismal for the 49er organization. I was really shocked by that. I didn't expect it to be that low.
Yeah, I mean, they're such a historic franchise, and known for taking care of their players, especially from Eddie DeBartolo.
Yeah.
You don't expect to see something like that. But the fact that they're actually doing something instead of nothing is awesome. Let's move on to my guy, George Kittle.
Uh-oh.
John Lynch said that he's doing very good with the Achilles. They're hopeful for week 1 return, although I don't think so. I honestly don't think he's making that trip to Australia. Could be wrong, but I don't think so. He's going to have some management during camp, but he's progressing at a good rate. He was just playing golf in Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
I think this past weekend or whatever. It looks great. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, George is George. He'll recover. Like if it's not week 1, week 2, week 3, I definitely see him returning earlier in the season rather than later.
Yes.
Right. He's out of the boot. He's up. He's walking. He's doing all the good things. It's all moving positively. So it's just a matter of time and being patient with it. All right. The last thing you want to do is re-injure it. And that trip to Australia, even if he's ready for week 1, do you really even want him going? Because you get on a plane and things, when you're up in that compressed air for 13 hours straight, muscles and stuff is expanding, compressing.
Right.
It takes a toll.
It does.
Things swell. Things.
Exactly. Exactly. So like
Yep.
when you have a player like him or like a Michael Williams recovering from the ACL, Nick Bosa, do you even
Right.
want those guys taking that trip? And that's part of the health issues that the league doesn't even think about. But as a team, you have to. So went on a tangent there, but
No.
George,
It's okay.
we see him healing up well. I think he'll be back sooner rather than later in the season. So I have no concerns with him. And we talked about this before here on the show. He's one guy who takes care of his body first and foremost.
Right.
He knows how to listen to his body and keep it running on an optimal level. So
Mm-hmm.
he'll be fine.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
he eats his Wheaties.
yes, he does. The only reason why we're going to Australia is because of the Rams.
What?
The Rams actually requested
Mm-hmm.
the 49ers as their opponent.
Yep.
You know what?
Because we take over their stadium.
Exactly. Because Kyle Shanahan was on with Florio and Sims with Matt LaFleur.
Matt LaFleur.
And Matt LaFleur brought it up, and Kyle was just
Yeah.
like, yeah, I know for a fact
Mm-hmm.
that they chose us as
Yeah.
their opponent to go play in Australia.
And Matt knows it too. That's why
Yeah.
he brought it
That's
up.
what, yeah.
So you got two guys who, are in the circles. They know these things. It's definitely happened. Suckers. Oh my gosh.
No, it'll definitely probably be a home game anyway, either way.
Because the way we travel, right? Like Rams fans cannot say anything to us after this one. They cannot say anything to us.
No, we couldn't say no to that. What they were doing, we're not the only ones that were chosen. I mean, for Mexico City, we get to choose our opponent.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and there's inklings out there that it's the Dolphins. For Mexico City. So, we'll see what happens.
Wow.
I mean, we're not the only ones that were thrown into the fire there. You're absolutely right, Captain. We would overtake the stadium on Pluto.
Okay. I know 2 people who have bought tickets so far.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I texted her back and I said, "Who did you sleep with?"
I know there's apparently like
she showed me the picture of the stadium. Yeah, she showed me the picture of the stadium where her seat is, and I'm like, seriously? The flight alone would just freak me out. Just paying for that, I mean, that's like 3 paychecks.
There's not enough of beer on that plane to get me into.
Look, you better stock up with the best vodka you got if you want to put me on there. Okay? Because my sinuses would be sitting outside my nose. And all I need is
it's crazy.
But yeah, she bought her ticket, and and the flight. I'm like I said, who's your sugar daddy? I want to know. Give us his name.
Right?
Tell me.
All right. So John Lynch also said that Nick Bosa and Michael Williams should be back for training camp. Although Nick Bosa will most likely be back before Michael Williams, being that Nick Bosa tore his ACL week 3. Michael Williams tore it against the Giants. So it'll take him a little bit longer. Ty, your thoughts?
Yeah, just common sense stuff. No surprises there, right? You can watch things. Exactly. Yeah. One got injured early in the season, one got injured in the middle. But they'll be back. They'll be back, one after the other. And it'll just strengthen us as we go along. Instead of last year, we were losing players as we going on. We'll have players coming back,
ESPN
making us stronger and stronger. So it's all good. But it's just good to hear that they are recovering well, rehabbing well, and they'll be back in the fold.
What do you think, Tina?
Yeah, again, conditioning. I think, I would say Bosa would be back sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Because he actually he tore his ACL the home opener last year.
Right,
week 3.
right.
Week 3. Yep.
Yeah. And I mean, it was pretty extensive. So I mean, that's something that we're gonna have to like. Is that like an Achilles heel that we're gonna have to like look out for?
It is his third ACL.
Yeah. See, that's what gets me. I don't know, but I'm hoping he does come back early, but I don't think it's going to be like game 1, or game 2.
I don't know if he's back by training camp. There's a really good chance that he starts week 1. Nick Bosa is another guy, just like George Kittle, that takes care of his body.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's some guys who are freaks of nature, and he's one of them.
Like Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, George Kittle. I mean, you don't have to count them out at all.
Mm-hmm.
And remember,
look at Fred Warner last year.
Yeah.
And
when Bosa tore his ACL last time, it was like the same scenario. He tore it in like week 3, and he played week 1. He was back at the beginning of the season playing. And remember, he had 15 sacks that season, so he came back strong. Like, he was fine.
Yeah.
So he's been through this before. He knows what it takes. Like, hopefully he comes back in the same form, right?
Yeah, Captain says Bosa and Michael should be ready for week 1. I think Bosa more likely than
Michael, yeah. Unless he's just a genetic freak also and like heals fast like Jerry Rice did.
Yeah.
Jerry Rice tore his ACL in season and came back in season. I've never seen anything like that in life.
super young too. And
exactly. That plays a role.
He's got youth on his side. That's for sure.
So sticking to the defense, Nick Martin, which I was happy to hear this. He fully cleared the concussion protocol at season's end.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Only concern is that it took so long. He was through the concussion protocol for about 2 months from November. Dina, your thoughts on Nick Martin?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I want to see the guy back. I think he has a lot to contribute. And I'm hoping that he can come back stronger. That's what we need. But it's going to be week by week by week, day by day. What is he doing? How is he conditioning? How is he training? How is he building up his strength? That's the key. That's going to be the key. And because when he's top notch, it's nothing stopping him. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, the guy's in there. He's like, boom, like a brick. So, hey, I want to see him healthy again. And if he's strengthening and conditioning and doing what he's supposed to do, hey, he'll be back. He'll be back. If not, he'll have to deal with me.
Yeah, I mean, he's when he was out there, he definitely made an impact.
Yes.
And he's another one that has youth on his side. Ty, what do you think?
Yes.
I still say the Nick Martin thing was roster juggling. Because right after the Seattle game, after the Seattle game, they announced, he cleared concussion protocol. Really? Now that the season's over and you don't have to do any roster moves, he's all of a sudden clear. Really?
It may, you know what? I could see how it looks like that, but you never know.
Yeah.
Really? Just say you wanted to get the other guys up in front of them and you didn't want to cut them because some team would claim them. I know the game. We all know the game.
Mm-hmm.
Just say it, man.
Somebody's watching.
Anywho, Nick Martin's fine. He's been fine. Like I said, they announced it after the Seattle game way back in January, right? Yeah. So he's been fine. I'm excited to see Raheem. What's our defensive coordinator's name?
Raheem Morris.
Raheem Morris. I want to say Mostert so bad.
I know. It was right there, wasn't it? It was right there.
It's right there. I was like, nope, that's not it. Don't go there.
Raheem Mostert is still a free agent, by the way.
Yes, he is. I want to see Raheem Morris get his hands on him put him through the places, see what he can do. And, you know, Raheem is not afraid to give young players a shot. He's not afraid to coach them up and get them in position. And this dude that flies around and hits. What more do you want on a defense than a guy who will fly around and hit? And we saw him in the preseason last year, like, get better from game 1 to game 3.
Yeah.
So he has the makeup, the ability. He just needs the playing time. So I'm hoping new DC, new fresh hands, new fresh eyes gives him an opportunity. And I know the linebacker room is thick right now, but don't just put him on the shelf, right? Keep him in the fold somehow. So, yeah, I'm high on Nick Martin and just hope the best for him. I'm hoping we get to see him, if not this year, the next year. Like, keep him in the fold.
Right. You know,
Another young
don't let him
guy.
get dusty and rusty.
Yeah. I mean, well, you know what? If he was, you know, if it was a roster thing, you know, who knows? But if he was in the concussion protocol, it's good to see that he's better. Sticking with the defense, another young guy, Renardo Green. There was talk out there that Renardo Green is gonna get traded. Well, John Lynch said that the rumors are false.
No.
And that Raheem Morris is excited to work with the young cornerback.
Okay. Good.
Remember, that came out by a guy who writes for ESPN, who did not go to the combine, by the way, just came out and was like, oh, yeah, Renardo Green could be traded.
That was actually, Ty, that was after one of the big heads said that they had a source who said that Renardo Green and Ricky Pearsall were going to be traded. So that was after that.
Even the big heads.
Big
sources. It's funny how during the combine, everyone all of a sudden has a source. Anywho.
True.
Oh, yeah.
Anywho, remember, this all started off once again from the Seattle game when they showed Kyle dogging him out on the sideline. Not even dogging him out, having that tough love that Kyle gives young guys.
Yeah.
And they're totally skipping over the fact that he put him back in the game and Renardo balled out. He played very well. Go look at his stats overall from the game. He played the entire game well. Right? And Kyle in his presser admitted it. He said, man, I was mad about one coverage in a crucial part of the game, so I challenged him. Well, how did he respond to that?
He responded to the challenge.
He stepped up to the challenge. That's what you want to see from a young player. That lets you know he's made of the right stuff. You don't just trade that. So, yeah, it was all hogwash to begin with.
Yeah, and he's young enough to accept it, and he's young enough to produce from it, you know? And said, okay, yeah, you're going to challenge me? Yeah, I'm going to step it up. This is who I am.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't about ego or anything like that. You know, he took it for what it was and worked on it. Next thing you know, dude was out there balling. So evidently, things worked out.
Yeah, I mean, to quote Kyle Shanahan on Renardo Green, he said, I thought he messed up on a coverage. I wanted to challenge him to do better. I believe so much in Renardo. I believe he will be a very good player.
Trade him. I got a source.
You got a source?
That says Kyle's going to trade him. Even though Kyle said he believes in him, my source.
Your source says what?
My source says different.
Oh, I guess I'm going to listen to your source.
Him and Ricky Pearsall are going to get traded.
Yep. Well, I listen to Kyle Shanahan. What does he know? Listen to me and my source.
See, but you know what, Ty? Like, you say that, like, why listen to Kyle Shanahan? Like, a lot of people don't want to listen to John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan when they talk. However, when Jed York speaks, which we'll get to, people tend to listen to, which is amazing to me.
Yeah.
And now.
So odd.
Yeah.
Nah.
So John Lynch was also asked about Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa's brother. John Lynch said that he would love to make Mama Bosa happy with signing Joey, but he doesn't think that we could afford him.
Okay.
So, but who knows? After the draft, maybe the price tag will come down and Joey could be a 49er. I don't know. What do you guys think?
You never know. Anything is possible.
He says no.
You never know.
Yeah.
I just know them bosses don't come cheap.
That's
They
true.
want what they want.
Okay.
It's like, bro, I
They
love
don't
to
come
pay
at a
for you.
discount.
Exactly.
No.
I love to play with you, but I'm a raw.
It's all about that dollar, baby.
Hey, over there.
Rob, how do you know Kyle has been lying? How do you know that?
There's a difference in the way he won't talk bad about a player, and I get that, right? I get those instances. But when you see his action, you have to take it. And that's what I mean by this Renardo Green situation. We saw him in his ear on the sideline live. We saw that. And then he puts him right back in the game. And he stayed in the game.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, you challenged him. He went back in the game. He stepped up.
Right.
So you do believe in him because you left him out there. Like most coaches would have been like, go sit down, leave the backup out there. No, he didn't do that. So the actions back up what he says.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. John Lynch also was humbled that Mike Evans signed for less money.
Yeah.
John Lynch on possibly Jonathan Franklin Myers, who went to the Titans, made some plays in free agency to try to acquire some different people. We thought we had it, but it didn't happen. So they were definitely in the mix.
Yeah.
For John Franklin Myers, but it didn't happen. Instead, we go to Osa Odigizua.
Yeah.
Who John Lynch says is a young ascending player who we've long held in high regard. We needed that 3 technique to come in and disrupt. Osa gives us that. Your thoughts, Dina?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like I said, I had a lot of Cowboy fans who were very upset with me for a while. Refused to buy my beer. But you took our guy. You took the main guy that we needed, the main guy that makes plays for us. You took our guy. So evidently the guy must be pretty damn good if we got him. I mean, hey, look, I'm happy. I'm happy about it. I think it's going to give us a different look, different outcome. And if I've watched a few things about him. He seems like a beast on the field. So, hey, next round is on the other person. Because
yeah, he seems like a good guy on
I think it's going to work. Yeah, I think it's going to really work out. He seems like he's a good fit here. I'm sure he's going to pick up on the system. Definitely. He's not, he knows what he's doing out on the field, evidently. So I'm sure he'll pick up our system and pick up how to do things and be the beast he can be. Not the best, but the beast he can be.
Ty, have you warmed up even more to Osa?
Yeah, I was good from the last show. I know.
Show. I'm just, I'm just saying, like, gradually
I'm good.
Getting there.
I'm good.
I'm good with it. I'm totally fine with it. Like I said last time, Raheem Morris and his ability to use those linemen, create one-on-one matchups, give them that one-on-one opportunities and let them flourish. I think he fits perfectly for what Raheem likes to do, which helps the defense overall. So it's a very good pickup. You mix him in with a CJ West and Alfred Collins in the mix there, right? That's a good makings of three very good defensive tackles right there at the top of your rotation. So I'm extremely happy with it, and back to the Mike Evans thing, once again, no one wants to sign with the 49ers. The substation is going to keep people away. Blah, blah, blah. Here's Mike Evans saying, hey, George, tell me about the 49ers. Like, I'm there. I just need you to put me over the top. Okay, you did it. I'm signing with them.
Yeah, and he wanted to be here.
Yeah.
George Kittle was the main reason why Mike Evans signed with the 49ers.
Yeah. Yeah. But once again, it shows you players sign with teams.
Yes.
Teams don't sign players. We can offer you a contract. There are a couple of teams that offer Mike Evans a contract. Told them all no, chose us. It happens every year.
All right. So moving on to Kyle Shanahan. I thought this was pretty cool. He said that he'll give Brock Purdy a five item to-do list in the off season in camp. Starts with video reviews with pretty hard critiques and soft compliments. And he said that Brock's fun that way. He's humble, never takes it personally, and usually fixes it by training camp. Kyle Shanahan also said that he feels good about where the roster is. It was definitely a better offseason, I think, from the year prior. I agree. I love where we're at now, and I love the moves that we've made.
Mm-hmm.
Dina, your thoughts?
Hey, sometimes, you need that time. And that's one way to really improve on yourself too. To see yourself out there doing what you think you're doing and knowing that you're not. Early on, the marching band director used to do that after we lost a competition, and say, how come the trombone is over here? And you're like, ooh. But to sit there and actually hear that and critique it and go through it mentally and see it for yourself, that's a very good learning experience. Because you don't really know how you are when you're out there doing it. But to see yourself doing it and critiquing it and learn, that's a good experience, I just don't want him to be so stiff when he does the Dougie, though. He needs to loosen up.
I don't know if he can fix that, man. He's got to get with Jake Tonjes and learn how to do it right.
Ty, what do you think?
Brock Purdy, my boy. From the beginning of the show, when Purdy came aboard, I always said he's a young player who's doing this. He's ascending, right? You can go back and watch the film, folks. I've always said he's doing this.
Mm-hmm.
He's still doing it. He's still getting better and better. As good as he has played, he's still improving. And that's kind of what you want, right? And I feel that last year, a switch had turned. You could see it. He was playing some great football. And I think that's going to carry over into this season. There was a shift, and he's still doing this. And I think this season we're going to truly see him in the MVP considerations, barring injury, of course. That's how he is. And, Kyle challenging him is part of that learning process, part of him elevating his game, which he's constantly doing. So, sky is still the limit for one Brock Purdy. And we should all be happy that, Kyle's taking this seriously and Brock is taking this seriously. We got our franchise guy. Let's stop saying we're going to trade him for Joe Burrow and stupid things like that. Okay. As far as the offseason goes, yes, it was very good offseason. I still think last season was a great offseason. Robert Saleh, Brant Boyer, all the changes on special teams, the outstanding draft that we had. That was a great offseason.
Remembering the coach's name.
Look at me. I know, right? See, I could do this too. I could get better and better as the show goes on.
That's right.
All
So
right.
it was a very good off season. This season is just different in that we're attacking free agency different, right? Going after some games, some guys, but not spending big bucks on them, getting them for, bargain deals, if you can say that. So it's two very good off seasons, just doing it in a different way. As long as the off season is good, that's what counts. We're adding quality players. So you got to be excited with the youth from last year, some veterans from this year coming together, bam, making a very good team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, McNiner, happy April Fools.
David McNiner.
If it wasn't April Fools, I probably would have freaked out. But
Okay.
all right. So Kyle Shanahan also said that we moved on to Brandon Ayuk, that the 49ers are in no rush to part ways with Brandon Ayuk. And he said eventually it will resolve itself. Hopefully we get something for it. We're going to do what's right for the 49ers.
There you go.
Which is how it should be.
Yeah. Which is a massive shift.
Yes. A lot of people think that they're holding Brandon Ayuk hostage. No. I don't think so.
No. One is a shift because you always normally hear them say, we want to do right by the player. Right? We want to do right by the player. Now it's we want to do right by the 49ers, as they should in this situation. But it's not holding them hostage. It's you have something of value that can be valued to another team. Let's try to trade it. Like, you don't have to do it right now. You don't have to make a move right now. Let's see how this thing plays out. We know OTAs hit. Someone gets out of chair, sprains their knee. All of a sudden, the team needs a wide receiver. Hey, we got something for you. Right? It's the business of football, which we discuss here all the time. It's the smart thing to do. And if you can unload him and that contract completely off the books, it's a double win. So did you do a smart football move?
Dina, what do you think about Brandon Ayuk?
I'm confused. We're holding on to him until we can get something for him. Is that
you want to trade him?
Yeah. I
because
mean,
he has value.
They would actually be happy with a 7th round pick in return. And maybe throw in Luke McCaffrey.
Something for nothing.
Yeah. And the other part of that too is I mean, does he mind being hung out on a shelf for a while? What's good? What's in it for him? I mean,
he hung himself out on the shelf.
Well, I know that, Ty, but I know that. But what I'm saying is he's out there. So what are we doing? We're just holding on to him until we can get something better? That's my question.
For him, yeah.
Until
absolutely.
we could trade him, yeah. Like we do with all players.
So, hey, look, if that's the case,
They also,
as long as we get something for him.
They also want to hold on to him because if they release him sooner,
somebody is going to pick him up.
No, they're the dead cap.
The dead cap number is higher. Yeah.
So if they release him, release him later, then the dead cap, they can spread it out for the next 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, but they could release him before that. They could designate him a post June 1 and release him now. But the hope is to trade him and to get something for him.
Right?
That's what I mean. Get something for him. Like, he is a valuable player.
Right. So that's what I'm saying.
Valuable prospect.
So we really don't know what's going to happen until, let's say, after June 1.
Well, just after training camp, just during training camp.
Yeah.
We have until the start of the season to trade him or cut him. That's really the deal. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you do smart football. You just hold out. Like there's no need to do anything drastic right now.
No.
Right? You don't need to cut him right now and hold out for a trade. And most teams are not in a trading mood right now. They want to wait till after the draft. Yeah, they want to wait till after the draft and such. So, okay, we could be patient too. It's all right. And you put it out there. Hey, if you need a receiver, we got a guy for you. So let me know when you're ready.
And then you have Jed York. Jed.
Once knew a story about a man named
Jed. Poor mountaineer, but kept his family fed.
I will say this: Jed York has definitely grown since the Harbaugh era.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he still needs to kind of be quiet.
Yeah, be reined in.
He didn't know that we signed Christian Kirk.
Yeah.
I mean, people think like, oh, well, if he knew, that means he's meddling. No. The owners should know who's coming and going. It doesn't mean that they're meddling. Right. He did say about Brandon Ayuk that he wouldn't rule out a return. Yeah. Come on, Jed. Then he was asked if Brandon Ayuk is healthy. And Jed York said, I have no idea. I haven't seen him.
No one has.
I mean,
but he didn't have to say that.
Exactly. Like, come on, Jed.
You're messing it up, Jed. He did good by saying,
until he said that
Brandon Ayuk is valuable and he could be back. Yeah. But then he messed it right up with, I don't know.
It was like I don't know. I haven't seen him. Well,
yeah.
Then I guess that he's not really going to return.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan kind of looked a little differently at Jed York. Like, really?
Jed, you messing up the game plan. We trying to sell something here.
What John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan are saying is not what Jed York said, but that's okay. Kyle Shanahan was also asked about the re-signing of Drake Greenlaw, and he said that we hated being away from him. Kyle Shanahan also said about the new DB Nate Hobbs is that they tried to trade with the Raiders a couple of years ago and nothing ever came of it, which I'm not surprised.
No.
The Raiders are going to be the Raiders.
Exactly.
Steve-O says that TJ Hushmanzada, his wide receiver coach, hasn't talked to him in months either. Yeah. I don't know. What's up, Red Jet?
What up?
Let's see what else. Kyle Shanahan on why Isaac Guerrero didn't get opportunities last season when Christian McCaffrey needed a rare break. He just wasn't our second best runner last year.
No. But the problem. See, this is why I have a problem with reporters sometimes, because right after he said that, someone should have jumped in and said, "Well, why didn't your second best runner get a bunch of opportunities last year?" That should have been the follow-up question.
Sense.
So, and that brings us to CMC. Kyle Shanahan said Christian had an unbelievable year, but he definitely needs help. I don't want Christian to have to take it all.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing what he did. It's so hard to get Christian out. It's because it's how he affects the pass game. Will they get Christian McCaffrey help?
They got him help last year.
Yeah.
Will they put it to use?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing.
Like Kyle's, he gets in his own way. He doesn't want to admit it, but we all see it.
Will they get playing time?
And we all know it's like CMC is his security blanket. Got to have him on the field because of that. Now, with the whole, what Christian affects the passing game so much. Dude, you got a Hall of Fame receiver on the roster now. A veteran Hall of Fame receiver on the roster. Right? You picked up Christian Kirk, a veteran receiver who knows the system. He's played the last 3 years in this system, so he's very familiar with it.
Right.
You got a young Ricky Pearsall who has looked very good in this system, right? You got him there. Oh, and, you know, you just happen to have the best tight end in the game. If you're this good offensive play caller and you got those weapons, you shouldn't need a CMC on the field to call a pass play that's going to be effective.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't have that crutch this season because Mike Evans could beat one-on-ones. We know George Kittle could beat one-on-ones.
Right.
We've seen Ricky P beat one-on-ones. We've seen Christian Kirk beat one-on-ones. You can't guard all those guys all at the same time. So if Christian McCaffrey is not on the field, you should be very confident in saying, oh, I'm going to dial up a play here and good luck to them. Like he should look across the field at the defensive coordinator and laugh when he calls a play. Watch this.
Okay.
That's the way it should be. So the whole CMC thing can't be a crutch forever. And no matter who the backup is, just get them reps. That's it. Get them reps.
That's right.
So going back to BA, I have a note here that because a lot of people are asking if he can be traded during the draft. The thing with trading him during the draft, like I mentioned, we would incur a big cap hit. If you hold him past June 1st, like I said, they split the cap over 2 years.
Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan was also fired up about Mike Evans. Just like John Lynch was humbled by him signing, he was fired up. And I want to close with this. Jed York on keeping Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch with the 49ers. I want Kyle to be here for a long time. He's been here for a long time, and I want him to be here even. I want JL, John Lynch, to be time. So what do you guys think?
What do you say? I want JL to do what? You froze.
Yeah.
Sorry. I want JL to be here for a long time.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Just making sure the people heard you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kyle Shanahan has about 3 years left on his deal. And John Lynch, I think, has 2.
Yeah. Something like that. They're off by 1. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, during next off season, they're going to probably discuss and hopefully there's extensions on the way. Maybe John Lynch will have another role within the organization. Who knows? All right, let's go to that 2-minute warning. And Dina, you're up.
Don't fix what's not broken. Okay. In regards to the Lynch Shanahan thing, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Other than that, I'm supposed to go to a draft party. I'll be back to normal after Easter. So I'm looking forward to that, as we all should. And bang, bang, Niner gang. Let's go.
Yeah, Ty.
Yeah. You know, a while back, there was this thing floating around of how Kyle looked from his first year to now. And we all know that picture was from his drunken night in Vegas. Who looks good with a hangover? No one.
No one.
You notice there's no pictures of him floating around from the owners' meetings. Another example of clicks and views, folks. Just keep that in mind. We're still in clicks and views season. So with the draft coming up, you're going to see a whole lot of that crap. So just keep your mind right and stay faithful.
Shout out to the chat. You guys are great as always.
Yes.
It was great to be back tonight. Had a lot to talk about from the owners' meetings. Next week, Coach Yak is going to join us. Same time, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. As always, go Niners, and we will see you next week.
See you, everybody.
Yeah.
And of course, for the upstart 49ers, they're 6 yards away from Pontiac. 3rd and 3.
We'll see a pickup sometime on the right side, possibly.
Montana looking, throwing in the end zone.